Thank you.
Can everyone hear me? Honestly, tell me, how many of you are principals of your schools? Boss, I have been misguided. I was told this is about educational fraternity, but I never knew there are so many principals here. Because I could not face my teacher leave apart principal. As I used to know that principal is coming or teacher is coming, I used to do like this. And look from here, he's gone. Not a problem, not a problem. How was your tea? How was your tea? Tasty? Was it tasty? Or was it beauty? Or was it pretty? Or was it hottie? Or was it sweetie? Or was it naughty? Well, mine was creativity. Creatiweta. There was this mother who rushed to wake her son up. She said, please get up, you are getting late for the school. So son got up and said, Mama, I don't want to go to school for 2 reasons. I said, what? One, because children don't like me, and second, teachers hate me. So mother responded, you have to go to school for 2 reasons, beta. One, because you are 52 years old, and second, you are the principal of the school. ये मेरे को रेस्टिकेट तो नहीं करेंगे ना भाई? So the point I'm trying to make here is, you can be a principal, you can be a teacher, you can be a student. But what happens? We go to schools and get stuck in monotonous mechanical routines. 25 साल से एक ही लॉ पढ़ा रहे हैं और ये आ जाते हैं क्रिएटिविटी समझाने. अरे भाई E is equal to MC square, तो E is equal to MC square. How can I make it more creative? I'll share this with you. Let me remember what I have to share. I did my graduation in a course called BSc General A. Now what is General A? Initially when I got admission, I thought General A was for people, who are generally A. Generally A class, A graders. So I said, wow, I've got the admission. And it was a good course. It made us good for nothing. It was a course in PCM, Physics, Chemistry, Maths. And they said, when you finish this course, your options will be open. And believe me, they were 360. They still are open. Then one fine day, someone said, हमारे परिवार में तो सब post graduate हैं भाई. Look at his family, all undergraduates. Now I was offended, being a Sardar. I said, I can take this. The easiest course to which I could get admission, I got one, and that was Masters in Finance and Control, because there was no entrance exam. I said, let's enroll, maybe next year they'll put in an entrance. I finished my Masters in Finance, and I was very happy. I was a postgraduate. So I went to a friend's wedding. Very happy, just finished my post-graduation. Oh, thank you. And you know, people whistle when you deliver good lectures. So I was very happy and went to a marriage. And there I bumped into this Papaji. He was very senior. Thank you, man. He was very senior and he said, "Aur Putraji, ki hal hai?" I said, "Rockstar, rocking. I'm a postgraduate now." And then came the most difficult question of my life. He said, "Kakaji, ki karte ho? So what do you do?" I said, "What do I do?" I said, "Mainu bhukh lagi, Papaji, I'll just have something and come back." And I walked. Initially I felt, are we supposed to do something? Are we? I said, he's pretty senior. We must be. I went back thinking that I will never ever in my life bump into that Papaji again. But as luck would have it, within 15 days, I bumped into him again. And he said, "Kakaji, what are you doing?" Now, I said, "I have kept my options open, Papaji." And he said, "Okay." Now, I went back. I said, "Okay, let's do something." So I wrote down the problem. Usually people say when you are in confusion, write down your problem. I said, "Okay, I want to do my master's in physics. I love physics." Tick. But you know, those days MBA is a better option as a career. Tick. What MBA of physics? I want to act. Tick. But actually I am a poet at heart. I want to write. Tick. And what else? There were 3-4 more. I don't remember now, options were open. And now I was searching for Papaji. Every marriage. Where is the Papaji? And I met him sooner than later. And then he says, "Sat Sri Akal, Putra." I said, "No, Sat Sri Akal, I'll tell you what I do." "What do you think?" And then I told him, "Papaji, you used to ask me a question." He said, "Yes. Ki karte ho, Putra, what do you do?" I said, "Your question is wrong. You must ask me, what do I don't do?" Then I went to a company because I was a master's in finance. I went to a finance company and said, "I want a job." Said, "Welcome, we were waiting for you. Please come in. My chair is empty. Please." You know, I was employed there and I worked quite long. For a whole 1.5 days I was there. Very soon I found out that finance was not my cup of tea. Tea? I was back on the roads. Options were open, you know. And then one fine day, one of my friends said, "Inder, you write well." I said, "Acha? Okay. You must get in touch with an ad agency. I know this ad agency, they are looking for a Hindi copywriter." I said, "Not a problem." Cut to, I was sitting in front of 2 senior people, creative director art and creative director copy. The gentleman who was a creative director in copy was a gentleman from Chennai. And the gentleman who was heading art was a gentleman from Calcutta. And very genuinely he said, "Inder, he is from Chennai and I am from Calcutta. And we both are very good at Hindi. So we want someone who can take care of Hindi copywriting." So far we have managed to get 0 Hindi clients. I said, "Wonderful combination, a gentleman from Chennai, gentleman from Calcutta, and here you have a Sadaji handling the Hindi department." He said, "Okay, Inder, what are your qualifications?" I said, "Sir, I have done graduation in PCM, General A, and I'm a postgraduate in finance." And he said, and you want to be a Hindi copywriter? I said, the proof of pudding lies in eating it. Eat it. He said, what? I said, you can test me. So he gave me, we had a client called Escotel. So I suggested some headlines. Things went on well. And there I was, heading the Hindi department of an ad agency, ladies and gentlemen. But as they say, being over smart, you have to pay the price. One fine day, this boy comes to me. You see, there are studios in ad agencies where they type what you say. So he came to me and said, sir, इसमें बड़ी ई की मात्रा आएगी या छोटी ई की? Now I said I was caught. I looked at him and said, ये तुम्हें पता होना चाहिए बड़ी ई की मात्रा आएगी या छोटी ई की. That is the reason why you have been hired. मेरे को तो मालूम है. Not a problem. करो, मैं साइन करूंगा. And believe me, next day I subscribed to the Hindi Daily, दैनिक जागरण, reading 1 hour every day. I said ये बड़ी छोटी का पंगा नहीं पड़ना चाहिए. So ladies and gentlemen, oh, it's 4 minutes. Ooh la la, I have got a presentation also. Buddy. Now, before joining the ad agency, I had a lot of time. So I used to go out of the house morning 9 o'clock. दिखाना था काम करता हूँ. In Punjabi we say vella munda. So I used to catch this wonderful 166 number ki bus. It used to take me from my house in Karol Bagh to the British Council Library, gentlemen. And there, on the first day when I reached there, I had 2 incentives. एक तो गर्मियों में AC बहुत बढ़िया होता था इनका. And the second thing was, I used to look employed. So I went to the British Council and observed people. Someone was writing research notes. There were students who were enrolled in British Council courses. Everyone engrossed with pen and a paper. So I went to the library and said, library तो इतनी बढ़िया बना ली, कोई pen paper है तुम्हारे पास? And he said, sir. Now I took the pen paper and started copying them. But I had no subject. What to copy? So one gentleman asked me, so what are you researching on? I said, history of chocolates. But those 6 months, I learned the most. I used to just randomly pick up a book and read and really feel empowered. During that course in time, I came across a book which said, traits of a creative personality. And the first and the foremost important trait was, creative people are restless. I said, I am creative. Yes, I have got my calling. And my mother used to say, तू इतना restless क्यों होता है? I have got an answer. Mama, I am creative. And she said, go to hell. So, there is one important quality of creative people. I would like to share this with you. There is a lot of chaos. There is a lot of restlessness within calm looking exterior. They always want to do something. क्या करना चाहते हो? Something different. Beta, what do you want to do? Something different. Even they don't know what is that different. So I was quite intrigued by questions. I said I have to find a formula wherein I find an answer in the question. Can we have the first slide, please? This one symbol has troubled me for all my life. Mama. I said, look, you Mr. Question mark. Masiji, I can't tolerate you any more longer. I need to find an answer to this query. and sooner than later I found one. Ladies and gentlemen, ध्यान से देखिए इसको. ये क्या है? This is a question mark. Can we find an answer here? Anybody? 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 I can't go more deeper. Anybody? But there is an answer. Yeah, please. Pardon, ma'am? White sheet is the answer. I am trying to figure out. Okay, the full stop is the answer. The white sheet or the full stop? Or the full stop on the white sheet? Or the full stop with the white sheet? No, good try. Big round of applause for her. At least she tried. I think you are also restless. There's some chaos brewing. Very good. You are a creative person. My judgment. Baji says. Gentlemen, if you look carefully, ये चलेगा भाई? There is an inverted C. Can you see? There is an inverted C. और दसा तानु की सी? And there is an inverted I. Yeah. So in this, वो टाइम की हो गया भाई. वो तो रुक गया. अच्छा इतने मिनट बाकी रह गए. Quickly. This is an inverted C and this is an inverted I. C for creativity and I for imagination. तो ये पीछे क्यों जाई जा रहा है? ये फिर आ गया? Okay. Yo! Yeah, sorry man. Yeah, this is I. So we come back. So every question is basically has two components, the creative part and the imaginative part. So let's move ahead. I thought let's make a character called Imagine Singh. Please have a look.
Hello friends. If question is Q, then answer are you. Every question has a mate. Every answer has a date. Like the two sides of the same coin. Back to back, they always join. A is Q and Q is A. To find every answer, there is always a way. Every question has a mark. Every answer has a spark. To see, you should have an eye. Only I helps you to see. To world, to you and to me. I must imagine, I must create to change the world. It's never too late. I must imagine.
So this gentleman Imagine Singh is helping me. Now let me give quickly an example of British Railways. In 1948, British Railways was nationalized, leading to a loss of ridership in coming decades of 50s and 60s. So they were looking for a project leader who could lead high-speed trains project. So they interviewed a lot of people, senior engineers from railway background. But finally, so their response used to be, this is unfeasible because the tracks were of 18th century. And then they came across a person called Alan Wickens. Now this gentleman was basically a dynamics expert, but all his life he had worked in aeronautical industry. And what happened? He said it is quite possible and I'll head the project. The secret behind this was that he was out of job. And believe me, he created history. Britain's first high-speed train came out in 1974. There were some problems. he rectified, and they got back British Railways on track. The point I am trying to stress here is, what does conventional education do? It builds up barriers, rigid barriers which cannot be penetrated. It builds up walls. I had given you an example of E is equal to mc square. Now, I have no problem with E is equal to mc square, but the problem lies if we could add a rider. E is equal to mc square unless proved otherwise. We should have this rider, because the gentleman who formulated this had this view. So, we need to open up. Minds should be open, they should not be bound. Education should liberate. How? From education to creducation, creative education. Now, this creducation has two parts. One is creatively teaching your own subjects, number one, and second is teaching creativity as a subject. I will give an example. If right from word go, I use this if construct. What is an if construct? This is an if construct.
Light travels fast, very fast. If we could travel at the speed of light, within a blink, we would be out of sight. In 1 second, we could circle Earth 7 times and more. We would never be late for any meeting, that's for sure. Our vision would shrink into a window-shaped light tunnel. It would seem as if we are entering the world through a long funnel. Time dilation would ensure that for us, time runs slow. It would only be possible if we lost mass and became photons that glow, irrespective of whether it's January, March or June. We could have short sightseeing tours to Jupiter, Mars and Moon. Without the help of rockets, planes, trains or taxis, we would be able to see far-flung galaxies. I must imagine, I must create. To change the world, it's never too late. I must imagine.
Actually, I hate presenters who can't remember their content. Sorry. I'll finish this up with a small poem. I remembered I was a poet also. Up in the sky, I would like to fly. No strings attached. Freedom unmatched. Just I and me in perfect harmony. To change the world or let it be. To be myself, to laugh and cry. Before I die, in the sky, I would like to fly.